All right, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Heidi McIndoe, and I am a registered dietitian. Today, we are all about some healthy barbecuing. So I am going to talk about some main dishes, some side dishes, some desserts, and feel free. I've got the chat open. I can't see the Q&A. Only so many screens I can look at one time, but I can see the chat. So if you have any questions or comments as we're going along, please feel free to put them in the chat. We can also have time at the end too. So all I've done right now is I have heated up my grill. It's around medium for everything. And I'm actually going to throw something on the barbecue right away. And then I will start talking here. Get a little leaf out of there. So first thing I'm starting with is I am going to grill up some cauliflower. So I've tried to make cauliflower steaks before, but to be honest with you, I didn't cut them thick enough. So I just had a bunch of florets. But I will tell you, so you know, I'm on two screens, so we can see the grilling screen and the close-up screen. So you see how thick I sliced this cauliflower. If you don't do it that thick, it's really going to sort of just fall apart, which is fine. You can still eat it. But if you do cut it, ooh, that's already got nice oils on it. If you do cut it thinner, what you're going to want to do is just use a grill basket like I do. Just instead of, so right now I'm pretty much just brushing my cauliflower steaks with olive oil, and I'm going to sprinkle some seasoning on. And there we go. And I'm going to throw them on the grill. If I cut them into florets, I would do this in a bowl. I would toss the florets with just a drizzle of olive oil. And we have got just a little pinch of brown sugar we're going to put on both sides, and a pinch of seasoned salt. You can honestly do this with whatever spices you like. You want something Italian, get some basil, oregano, and garlic. This is really whatever you want to do. But these are going to take a wee bit of time to cook, so I want to get them going on the grill, and then we can talk about other stuff. It's going to be such a pretty color too. All right. So like I said, we're not doing too much with the sugar and the seasoned salt, just a dusting. If we put too much sugar on, it's going to, caramelize too much. It's going to brown too much. So what we're basically doing is I got 2 pairs of tongs here. This will be our veggie tongs. Now, you know what, I can do this with my hands. So just going to set them right there. Don't want to miss any of that sugar. Okay. And we're going to let them grill away. So that is side dish 1, grilled seasoned cauliflower steaks. Because when we're grilling, a lot of times people think about, what are we going to have? Burgers, we're going to have steaks, we're going to have chicken, we're going to have salmon. But sometimes the side dishes get forgotten about, and either forgotten about or relegated to something in the kitchen. But if you're out here grilling and it's a hot day, why do you want to be in the kitchen and the grill? So my idea is get it all on the grill. You can also, one fun side dish to grill that I'm not doing today is baked potatoes. Take forever to grill on the grill, I mean. But what I like to do is I par cook them in the microwave for, depends on the size of the potato, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Actually, I do like 3 or 4 minutes. I rotate it 4 or 5 minutes more. Then I rub it with some olive oil and kosher salt, throw it on the grill. 10 minutes, you've got a baked potato. You can do that with sweet potatoes as well. So I love to do, like I said, get as much things on the grill as you can. The next thing I want to start doing is some peppers and onions on the grill. Delicious. They're going to go in this grill basket, and these are delicious. I've got some red pepper and some leftover green pepper and a little bit of onion here. So I'm just going to chop them up. Get my Now, the thing is with grilling, food safety here, I'm going to be grilling chicken. These are my chicken tongs. These are my veggie tongs, because you don't want these handling the veggies, especially the ones you're not cooking that much, or once they're cooked, with something that touched the raw meat. So we always want to have some separate utensils. So I am just chopping these into, I'd say, slightly larger than bite size, for me at least. I'm going to pop them in a bowl. Going to do the same with our onion. This was literally just some leftover onion I had. I don't believe in wasting food. So if I've got, 10 minutes on the grill for the potato, but that's after you have par cooked it in the microwave. So first you par cook it in the microwave, then you pop it on the grill. And I do the same. That's how I do my corn on the cob on the grill. I husk it, I wrap it with a damp paper towel, and microwave it for about 3 or 4 minutes. Then I take off the paper towel. I wrap it in foil because I'm going to talk about this spice mix in a minute. I rub this spice mix all over it, wrap it in foil, and throw that on the grill. Again, 10, 15 minutes or so, basically. And the potato, again, depending on the size of the potato, might take 15 minutes. My idea is just, I want to get things, I don't want to, start grilling my potato and then have to wait an hour till I put my burgers on, because they're going to take 5 minutes. So for par cooking the potato in the microwave, depends on the size of the potato, but I basically do a lot of seeds in here. I start with about 3 or 4 minutes, and then I rotate it and I do 3 to 4 minutes again. And when it just starts to give a little bit, that's when I know, okay, it's time to go on the grill. Do you have I did spray the grill with nonstick spray. Yes, I have a grilling spray that I use. You could also just rub some olive oil on it with the brush. I have a brush that's as long as our tongs, our grilling tongs. You could do that as well. So either way works. And let's check our cauliflower here. Oh my gosh, the brown sugar. There we go. It's not getting those grill marks yet, so it's not getting overdone yet. So that's good. I'm just going to keep watching that. And then cut up get our peppers. So now what I do with the peppers and onions is just a little bit of olive oil, little pinch of kosher salt, toss it around, and I'm going to throw these on the grill pan. So these peppers and onions, I mean, if you're grilling these, grill up a whole pile of them. They are delicious as is. They are delicious as a side dish. This could be your vegetable for the meal, honestly. They are delicious on some chicken, on some fish. Throw them on a burger. If you like to make, if you like to make homemade pizzas or frittatas, even just scrambled eggs, the grilled peppers and onions, delicious to be part of that recipe. All right, so we've got our peppers and onions going, and you could use hot peppers. So I used red and green today, and onion. You could use whatever onion. I used a Vidalia onion. You could use red onions. Use banana peppers. You could use hot peppers, jalapeno peppers, whatever kind of pepper you like. Mix it up depending on what you like to eat. So just a refresher, we got our cauliflower going. We got our peppers and onions going. So we've got 2 veggies. We've been on here for about 9 minutes. We got 2 veggies already going. And I've already told you how to do corn and baked potato. So we got lots of veggies. Next thing I want to get going is my chicken. And I do want it to cook, so I'm going to throw it on pretty quickly. And then I'll tell you what I did to it. So I've got 1 chicken breast here. If I can get it out of the bag. There we go. Now, here's a trick with grilling too. Bring the food to the grill, but not never. Always bring the food to the grill and then bring your plate to the grill. Never try and carry the food somewhere, because trust me, you're going to drop it and the 5-second rule does not count when it hits the dirty patio. So what I did here, so I had this in a little Ziploc bag because what I like to do is, and I have already, this is just your average chicken breast that I pounded. I didn't pound it thin. I did not make a cutlet. I just pounded it so it was even. A lot of times you get a chicken breast and it's like fat, 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 thin, 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 thin. Well, what's going to happen when I grill that is this isn't going to cook, or by the time this cooks, this is going to be overcooked and dried out. So what I try and do is before I do step 2 is I just pound this chicken and make sure it's nice and even. So that's first job. Then I love to do this in advance. This is my little grilling trick. And this is what I did. I put, and you can do this 2 ways. So I will take, I'll get like even just the 3 or 4 pack of chicken breasts, but you can use the value packs too. Put 1 or 2 breasts in either Ziploc bag, or if you have a food sealer, food seal them up, freeze them individually. Put them in the bag by themselves if you want, if you just want to do it quick and get them in there. What I did yesterday is I had this in an individual food sealer bag. I brought it out, I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I poured in my marinade and I popped it in the fridge. I let it marinate as it was thawing out. So as it's thawing, all those flavors are infusing into the chicken. So that's one way you can do it. So you can, be spur of the moment, just freeze the chicken and then pull out however many you need, put whatever marinade in any Ziploc bag you want and go for it. The other way you could do it is, so you got the big family pack, you could take a freezer bag, or either a Ziploc freezer bag, or like I said, the Food Savers, put, depending on your family size, 2 or 3 breasts in each bag, put a different marinade in each bag. And now that step is over. When you go to thaw it out, you just have to grab that bag, put it in the fridge the night before. And again, as it is thawing, it will marinate and get all that flavor. So it just makes for a really, really easy, I'm going to turn the heat up a bit on my chicken. A really, really easy, grilling night or day or whatever it is. So we're going to keep stirring our peppers and onions a bit. They're on low. Actually, the peppers and onions and the cauliflower are both on medium. I am going to flip the cauliflower over. I will try to show it to you. There we go. So this is what we're getting here. All right, yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm going to flip it over. I want the other side to get brown, and then it's simply a matter of cooking it until your desired doneness. And same with the peppers and onions. They're just, do you like them crunchy? Do you like them totally soft? We're not losing any nutrients because we're not boiling them. So you can cook the heck out of them, make them nice and soft and smushy, but all those nutrients will still be there. All right, so now for marinades. When it comes to marinating, a couple of tricks with marinating. First of all, it depends on the kind of meat you are marinating, how long you want to be doing that marinade. Something like a fish or shrimp, you only need to marinate those, 20, 30 minutes max. And that's because the vinegar, which is what tenderizes the meat in a marinade, the vinegar or the acid, whether it's lemon juice or lime juice or something like that, is going to what they call cook the protein in the seafood. And it's great up to a point. It's adding flavor up to that 20, 30 minute mark. But after that, it sort of ruins the texture of the fish or the shrimp. So you really, the fish, you want to marinate that right before you eat. Veggies as well, you don't really need to marinate them super long. Now, when we're getting to chicken and pork and beef, we want to add flavor, but we also want to tenderize. And again, that's the benefit of that acid in the food. But the fish doesn't need tenderizing, so that's why we cut it out quick. But with chicken, we're looking, you can do it as little as 3 to 4 hours. If you think of it, oh, I should grill chicken tonight, let me marinate it. But you can also do it up to 24 hours. So I've done chicken, like this chicken that I had here, I popped it out of the freezer late yesterday afternoon, so it would be ready for today. And it just marinated for, it was close to 24 hours. Yeah, turkey is similar to chicken. So marinate that anywhere from 3 to 4 to up to 24 hours. Beef, you can do longer. It certainly wants at least 4 or 5 hours. But for me, if I'm going to marinate some, I'm just going to start it the night before so I don't have to think about it mid-afternoon. But again, up to 24 hours. And honestly, I've done beef even a couple of days. You know, something worked, plans changed, and so I wasn't able to grill it, so we just threw it on the night before. Also, this whole freezer bag idea, if you are campers, works fantastic for camping. We always have one Ziploc bag with chicken and a marinade, and another Ziploc bag with steak tips and a different marinade. And I freeze them. We pack them totally frozen. And then whichever one thaws out first, that's the one we have the first night. We keep them in our coolers. And the next one, by the time it thaws out, we're ready for that. So we have all these fancy gourmet meals while we're camping, but they're super easy to make. I don't have to deal with doing anything to the meat once I get to the campsite, aside from taking it out of the bag. And in terms of what you can put in your marinades. So like I said, you definitely want, oh my gosh, that looks so good, but not at all done. You definitely want to get some sort of acid in there. So a vinegar, any kind, balsamic, white, cider, rice wine, whatever kind of vinegar, or an acid. So think pineapple juice, lemon juice, orange juice, lime juice. Those are what's going to tenderize, and they'll also add flavor. But then we want, you know, spices and things like that in there. A couple of my favorite marinades. You guys, you can get the recipes to these. I don't know if Andrea has them. If she puts her email in the chat, she will, you can email her for the recipes, or you might need to reach out to whoever sets you up for this, you know, whoever you signed up through. But I have a taco ranch marinade, which I love, which is, yeah. So email Andrea in the chat and she will give you the recipes. The taco ranch is like ranch dressing, some taco seasoning, some lime juice, delicious. Another one I like, sweet chili, like that Thai chili sauce with a little honey and pineapple. Really, really good. And what this is today is just my favorite in a pinch. Like, I got 2 minutes. What am I going to do? Equal parts my favorite barbecue sauce and my favorite Italian dressing. Just fantastic. So those are some just sort of tips about marinating. Now, let's stir up our peppers and onions here. Do you guys have any questions as we're going along here? You guys have been good with some questions, getting good questions in. I'm going to turn this up a bit. I'm going to check. Oh, my cauliflower. Oh, so good. I know that chicken. Well, you know what? I might flip my chicken. There we go. Yeah, it was a large chicken breast, so it's going to take me a little bit here. Another thing you can do to flavor meat or veggies is a spice rub. So you will be getting this recipe as well. This is my favorite spice rub. This is what I put all over my corn on the cob, but you can put it on pork, you can put it on chicken, you can put it on beef. I've never done it on fish, but I bet it would be delicious on shrimp, actually, or maybe like a mild fish like a sole or something like that. It is basically, we've got a little brown sugar, some salt, pepper, cumin, garlic powder, and chili powder. I make a big jar of it and I stir it, I store it in my cupboard, so I just can grab a pinch whenever I want it. I don't need to mix it up. And then my silly little tip, when I run out of it, I have the recipe written right there, right there on a fancy little Post-it note. So now I don't have to go digging up the recipe. Yeah, this is basically a dry rub. So dry rubs can, be whatever you want to put in them that you rub on dry. So this, if I was putting it on the chicken, I would pat the chicken down and sort of rub and press this into it. That's basically what I do with the corn on the cob. I just grab a little, handful between my fingers and just rub it all over the corn. Now that I'm thinking about it, I bet this would be delicious if you sliced up onions, a little olive oil, sprinkle this on, sort of press it in. I think that would be fantastic on some grilled onions, just like grill the whole slice. So we have got, let's see, we have talked about 2 side dishes. We've got 2 side dishes going. We've got our entree going. We've talked about marinades. We've talked about dry rubs. The next thing I want to do is we have to have dessert. So what I love to grill is, can anybody guess? Pineapple. So you can do this with pineapple. Yeah, the recipe for the dry rub, if you email Andrea, the dry rub recipe will be one of the recipes you'll get. You can do this with pineapple, with nectarines, with peaches. Oh, you know what I was going to do and I totally forgot. I just heard the other day, somebody told me they grilled watermelon. And so I actually bought watermelon. I was going to throw it on and I totally forgot to bring it out here. So I've never tried that, but go for it. So we've got, you can do this also with canned pineapple. I have the fresh today, either way. If you were doing it with peaches or nectarines, probably plums would work as well. I basically cut around, cut them in half, give a little twist. So 1/2 is now pit free, 1/2 has a pit, and I just scoop that out with a spoon. You can put them you definitely put them cut side down. You can put them as is on the grill, or you can brush a little olive oil on them if you want. So, but for here, we are going to get our pineapple out. There we go. Love, love, love fresh pineapple. Okay, and if you've never used one of these little cutters, they're awesome. You just screw it right into the pineapple, and then there we go. Just have to get there we go. And screw it right out. There we go. Pull it. There we go. All done. Now I'm all sticky. All right. So, and then these are all connected. So we have like a little chain of pineapple. I just cut down one side. Now I've got pineapple slices. So like I said, you could rub this with olive oil. I'm not. I'm just putting a couple slices right there on my grill as is. That one back there. So these, when you grill the fruit, it's just absolutely delicious as is. Like just eating it as is, but it's also really yummy. If you wanted to get a little extra fancy, you can serve it with a little bit of sorbet or sherbet. Delicious with a scoop of rainbow sherbet. Really, really good. So let's get our tongs going. So tell me, what are some, oh, there we go. What are some interesting things everybody has grilled? That's going good. Let's check our, oh my gosh, yes. All right, so I am gonna call cauliflower done. We're gonna pop it right there. Let's check the other one. So grilling up, oh, that one, we're gonna let that one cook. You know what, I might put this one back on the other side for a minute. There we go. Grilling a pear, I mean, I've never done it. I've never grilled a pear or an apple. I don't know. I mean, what have you got to lose? Cut it in half, cut the core out and give it a whirl. I might, because it's a drier fruit, I probably would rub that with the olive oil just so it's not, it stays a little moist. I don't know if that's the right word, damp, wet, not dried out. But yeah, give it a whirl. I've never done it. But like I said, you're only going to risk one pear. So it would be worth trying it because who knows, it might be awesome. Oh, I can totally see now that I think about it. Imagine grilling an apple and then putting a little bit of maybe like cinnamon and brown sugar on it, like a little, maybe a drizzle of caramel or some one of those little mini like cookie scoops. Use a little scoop of ice cream in the middle. So that might be very delicious. All right, so I think I am going to, no, I don't want to take those out yet. I'm going to start checking the temperature on my chicken. because we want to make sure chicken, we want to get to about 165. And I don't think we are there yet. No, we're about 110. So that's got to go a little bit longer. I am going to turn up the heat a little bit on my chicken, only for time's sake. If I was not doing a demo, I would probably keep it on the low to medium. I just think most things cook better when they're sort of low and slow. You don't risk the overcooking and the drying out. But like I said, I would like for you guys to see the cooked chicken when it's done. And what I do have, so in this case, I did not bring my chicken out on a platter. I brought it out in this bag. So I can still use this platter, this bowl, to put my cooked chicken on. If, however, I had brought my meat, whether it was burgers, steak, chicken, out on a platter, that platter would go back into the kitchen and get washed before I would put the cooked meat back on it. In addition, now this marinade that I marinated my chicken in, I got a couple options with it. So today what I'm doing, because I'm not going to do anything of these with it, I'm just throwing it out. If I had wanted to use it to brush on my chicken, which is absolutely delicious, I would have set some aside so it didn't touch the raw chicken. You never want to cook with that marinade that touched the raw chicken. So as is. So you could either, like I said, make some extra marinade and cook that or sort of brush it with the extra marinade, not the marinade you used, or bring this used marinade up to a boil for about 2 minutes, and then you can use it to serve with, to brush with while you're cooking. So grilling salmon on each side, it really depends on how thick the salmon is. If you're getting one of those fillets that's, pretty thin, we're only talking a few minutes on each side. It's really a few minutes on each side, even if it's thicker, just more minutes. If you've got a nice thick steak, could be 5-6 minutes per side. With the fish, you sort of want to just keep a close eye on it. Use the fork. What I always do is use that fork test. You want to just flake a little bit, and then that one's done. You could certainly take the temperature of fish too. I don't honestly know the temperature off the top of my head that salmon is supposed to be at, though. So you would need to look that one up. But yeah, fish is not going to take long at all. Even the thicker fish is going to take most likely less time than a piece of steak or a piece of chicken, unless the chicken is really small. All right, so we have got our peppers and onions done. So I'm going to go over and grab our bowl here. Show you how delicious these look close up, if I can get them all in the bowl. So they've got a little char on them. Another thing, if you wanted, you could season these. So I did just the kosher salt. You could put your favorite seasoning on, Italian seasoning, smoky seasoning, whatever seasoning you like. All right, so now we have got our delicious peppers and onions. Like I said, put them in a sandwich, put them on a burger, put them on a pizza, eat them as is. Delicious. Did I say 5 to 6 minutes each side for salmon? I said it really depends on the thickness of the salmon. So a thin fillet might just be 3 or 4 minutes. A thicker one might be 5 to 6, but it really just depends on that thickness. So you can get salmon as thin as this, and you can get a big old steak as thick as this. So your best bet is to just keep an eye on it. Don't leave the grill. Watch it for when it's either starting to flake, or use cooking thermometer, a meat thermometer, which, like I said, I don't off the top of my head know the appropriate temperature for chicken. I know it for chicken. I don't know it for salmon. All right, so I am going to, yes, that is done. We're going to call this guy done, and I want to pick it. There we go. Yeah, don't want to lose it. So delicious. This camera I think is a better camera. So delicious, delicious, yummy yummies. Nice cauliflower there. And let's work on, you can, oh yeah. Our, what is this stuff? Pineapple. Our pineapple is starting to get some, oh, you can't even see it. There we go, because I'm covering it. Starting to get some stripes in it. I think I'm going to put it where my cauliflower was, get some of that seasoning on it. Let's check the chicken one more time. I'm going to flip it. Oh my gosh. All right, can you guys see that color from there? It just looks delicious. Let me check the temperature before I bring it on over and show you. We're getting there, we're getting there. About 1:30. So I am going to move my pineapple over to here and turn that up a wee bit. Let me grab this and show it to you guys here. All right, look at that chicken. So perfectly yummy. Not quite done yet. All right, where am I going to put that? But that's, it is 1:30. But that's basically it. I am going to hang out here and finish cooking my chicken. But do you guys have any other questions or comments? I mean, I feel like we made we definitely have a meal here. We have got an entree. We have got multiple veggie options. We have got some dessert option. We got some ideas we can throw in our breakfast if we want. So any thoughts, any questions, any comments? A little warm out here by the grill. You can grill up different fruits and you can chop up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be delicious. A warm salsa. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've not done it yet, but I know friends of mine have grilled avocado similar to what I said to do to the peaches. So that's an idea as well. Make like a little warm mashed up avocado for your, oh my gosh, the pineapple would be delicious. If you have never had pineapple on a burger, I am telling you. Little teriyaki sauce, little slice of pineapple, delicious on a burger. So that's another option as well. But that is basically it. Like I said, I will hang out here with my chicken. If you guys have any other questions or comments, if you don't, feel free to get along with your day and have a great rest of your afternoon. I'm just going to be here cooking.